until then, how many people will get hurt because of that?
Is there like a question there, or are you just making a statement?
No, I'm asking that.
How many people will get hurt?
That's what. Yeah, that's my question.
I
So,
don't know.
how do we justify how many people will get hurt while we're trying to remove this weapon? While if we did have it on our belt when this happens, then we would have been able to defend ourselves.
Well, first off, I mean, you're accusing me of saying that I'm going to go out and rob people, which is not the case. I don't think. I mean, anybody can speak up if I've ever robbed them here, but I don't think I've robbed anyone here. I don't normally go out and rob people, nor do I ever plan on going and robbing civilians for their sawn-off shotguns. And I can't say how many people will get hurt, if anyone will get hurt, over possible legislation that could be passed. But I think that keeping sawn-offs around is a lot more dangerous than removing them. I could say that much. There's already so much death and injury from sawn-offs. I don't think that going to remove them would cause any more than is already happening. I reckon it would be less.
Who the hell is that?
All right. Okay. So we've had that point made and the rebuttal. Would anyone else like to make a new point? Miss on the bench at the back. Why you sat there if you're not going to make a point? You just sat there to look good, Joe.
I mean, I like to think I do, but nonetheless.
Gotta fuck back to the spectators.
I guess I'm a slave to peer pressure. My name's Corinne Watson. I'm a deputy recruit. And I also
the left
run a charity
is
called
for the ban of shotguns. The right is against.
Kind of an interesting stance.
The left is for the ban. The right is against the ban of shotguns.
While I'm on the side of not having this particular weapon banned, my comrades and I have made it a point that we do not carry them. It's a cultural thing for us. Most because the purpose of what we do doesn't require the use of such weaponry. However,
how is it going to stop people from having them? And
curious about, because I'm not too familiar
pretty
with
much
the
allowing the government to take control of
is what prompted this
what we can and cannot have.
Why now?
But I mean, they already do such for a lot of other weaponry.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
I just
silly
think
to me.
I speak for everyone when I
the side for the ban is saying that it's pretty much the group of people. It's people massing together, saying that they don't want a weapon. It's not the government necessarily doing it, and
allegedly have wielded the same weapon.
Shit like that.
Right.
I don't want to say rob, and maybe have used it against others in the past. So I just want to know why now, more than anything. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Watson. Would you like to rebuke that?
Yeah, I'll answer it. I will answer this as bluntly as possible. Yes, I've personally used a sawn-off in the past. I've used a double-barrel shotgun in the past. And because of that, I have firsthand seen what I had the power to do to people with a sawn-off. I put the sawn-off away a long time ago. I did use the double-barrel shotgun probably a few months ago, but since has put that away as well. My entire group as a whole have put sawn-off and shotguns in general away after the passing of my sister, Iris, who was quite brutally murdered with a sawn-off shotgun, shot about 4 times. There was no chance of her surviving. She was left to bleed out. And I'll be honest with you all, that's what spurred this this whole proposal and everything. And I wish I would have seen it sooner. Unfortunately, I had to lose someone for it to truly open my eyes. And I have heard stories from other people that they've lost people, have people injured by shotguns. I've seen so many of my other family members severely injured by shotguns. And I don't want to see that type of damage in this state anymore. I might be, you know, a gang member, I might have a criminal history, but I still care about this state. I'm still a citizen in this state. Everything I have is in this state, including my business, my family, my loved ones, everything. And I don't want to see unnecessary violence and bloodshed and death because of a weapon that, in my opinion, has no other use than to cause such violence and death. And I think it's about time, and I've heard the same thing from a lot of other people, is that they think it's about time. And I understand that there's going to be people against it, whether that's, you know, to specifically, you know, argue the Second Amendment, or that you use it for self-defense. But I believe that everyone will be able to adapt. I think that, personally, the double-barrel shotgun is a far better option for protecting yourself against wildlife, or even in self-defense cases, if you really want to use a shotgun to defend yourself, which I don't think is necessary personally, then the double barrel is a far more versatile weapon. Other than that, I don't have a whole lot more to say. I think I answered the question. Correct me if I'm wrong. I just kind of rambled there, but...
Yeah, that was fine. Are you happy with that answer, Miss Watson?
I am indeed. Thank you.
All right. I just want to thank you all for being really civil during this discussion. I was worried that all the cousins were going to show up at one point and just like start shooting people, but thankfully we've not had that happen. Thank you to Tommy as well for sticking on there for the Sawn Off band side. I'm pretty sure he was just playing the devil's advocate. All right, stovepipe hat guy, you say something.
Are you referring to me, my good sir?
Yeah.
All right.
Introduce yourself. Come stand here.
The guy that does a lottery.
My name is Mr. Jack King.
What?
Turn around.
Oh, yes, sorry, I got to address everybody. Sorry. Sorry.
Jesus Christ.
There we go. My name is Mr. Jack King. I work at the New Alexandria National Bank, and I am for the Sawn Off Band. Now, I may have arrived a bit late. I apologize. I'm not entirely sure all the points that have and have not been. But I would like to say that from my experience with sawn off shotguns, I do not quite see the point of having such a small weapon that does such a large range of damage in comparison to the sawn off, not sawn off, the regular double barrel shotgun. From my belief and understanding, from the many times I've had sawn off my weapon, I've seen people around me get hurt because the spread is much farther than that of a double barrel, and the sawn off itself, being quite small, can be concealed in many locations, from the jacket to the coat to the holster itself, and it's quite a scary weapon if someone just shoots through their pocket with a shotgun and with a blast that large. And it's from my belief that such weapons are quite indiscriminate in shooting in terms of their spread and range, and quite deadly if up close. Yes. This is why I'm against having this sort of... this is why I'm for having the sort of banned in the state. Sorry, I'm a bit nervous up here.
You're doing great, mate. You're doing
That's all I
amazing.
have to say, but I'm willing to answer questions because I think like I said, I came a bit late and I missed a few things.
Yeah, would anyone like? I think unfortunately, a lot of what you said has been said already. If anyone would like to rebuke on the other side, that's fine.
Sorry.
No, not at all.
Yeah, we can.
Everyone's free to speak.
Alright, what makes a sort of shotgun different from, say, using a Lemon or any other weapon for that some sort of sense? I mean, a Lemon does have a shotgun mounted to it, and it does have the capability of producing a wide spread due to the shell that is far from it.
Oh yes, well, I'm not quite familiar with the Lamont, but if what you say is true with the Lamont shotgun, then I guess that is where I'm not a big fan of either, due to that widespread, due to the many times I've encountered these smaller shotguns in my face and such. It's just rather scary, and when those around me were shot, I was hit myself a few times, and I just not liked it at all.
For the record, and if I may, politely and without any intention of violence, share what the lemon is for the public and anyone who is uninformed.
Yes, please, madam.
Is anyone against Hazel getting a deadly weapon out? Put your hands up now.
I thought we weren't allowed to have weapons here.
That changed if you read the recent one. I thought I covered that before.
I read the telegram. It said as long as you don't shoot each other.
Mhm.
Yeah, he said don't shoot each other because I can't be asked running security.
Alright, so I'm not going to point at nothing.
Just a little
This
bit.
here
Yes.
is lemon. The weapon itself has a shotgun mounted on the underbarrel.
I was gonna step away.
Just for everyone to look carefully here. I'll walk in front of everyone. Does this weapon not produce the same threat as, for example, the double-barrel shotgun?
I would say it would, madam.
I can answer that question if you'd like.
Yeah, I could too.
Go ahead, Ben.
Well, the answer is it doesn't.
Of course it can.
And how does it not? It still fires the same shell.
It actually doesn't really fire a shell. It fires a load. It's a 20 gauge shot, and it takes about 3 minutes if you're good at it to reload that. It's nowhere near as effective as a double barrel sawn off shotgun, which you can just sling shells into one after the other. It's a Civil War era weapon. It's not very practical in the modern era. It's quite.
5 seconds the other day.
That's very, very impressive.
All right, Tommy, did you want to say something?
I mean, Boone said the same. I was gonna say the same thing. A double barrel shoots each shell shoots 8 pellets. That Lamont shoots 1, and it is not as damaging as a sawn off is. Nowhere near.
It's like I said, it's a Civil War era gun. It's basically like firing a musket. You have to actually load everything into it. There's no cartridge, there's no shell. It's a cap and ball gun.
Just sorry, I'm raising my hand here. So are you saying that the cartridge for the Lamont shotgun is more like a slug rather than I guess a fragmentation?
Essentially, yes.
Right.
I mean, technically you can load whatever you want into it. You could load rocks in there if you want, same with any other shotgun, but most commonly it fires a slug.
Just to confirm, obviously we can't ban buckshot, but we're more talking about firing buckshot from a sawn off, right?
Of course. I mean, a slug can do just as much damage theoretically, but it's more akin to like a rifle, which could do the same amount of damage as a slug. Only difference is a slug is bigger than a rifle round.
All right. Seems like we've lost 2 on our left side, unless Miss Ward's somewhere in the crowd still. Does anyone on the left want to make a new point or rebuke what's already been said?
No, I think I understand this fella's point.
All right. Anyone on the right?